Okay, Holly. Holly, is it just like the...
Holly.
Okay, and the last name?
Jones.
Okay, Jones, easy, and Alice Carson. Holly, tell me a little bit about how many times have you and your mom and your husband and who else?
My sister.
And your sister, all four of you.
For the last 3 years, we've been to best friends in this end of May.
How did you find out about it?
Through Alice.
Okay, and when your mom presented you the idea, what was your reaction?
Oh.
I want to go to Disneyland instead. No, mother.
No. Well, our reaction was, well, let's get her out there while she can still go and enjoy it. And we went once and were so smitten with it, we booked again for the next year. And then every year we have that reaction. This year we thought, no, 3 years is enough. We're not going to go back. We've already booked for the 4th year.
And what's the appeal in a nutshell that you find so engaging?
The scenery and the animals. I mean, it's these wonderful animals in a beautiful setting.
And Alice, tell me a little bit about the accommodations when people go up there. You said that it doesn't turn out to be so expensive because you can share cabins.
Right. We stayed in a cabin on the property.
They're really called cottages.
Cottages.
Okay.
Okay. There are not a lot of them, so if you don't make your reservation a long time ahead, then you stay in the town of Kanab, which is close by.
I see.
And they have lots of motels. And
is it comfortable? It seems like those cottages are new looking, and it's a nice space for people if they're going to spend their vacation there.
Very comfortable.
They're comfortable. They're not luxury, but they're comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
Because people don't get that much vacation time if they're working, and so when they go to a place, they want it to, yield something that they'll...
There's a lot of space. There's a kitchenette. There's a refrigerator, coffee pot. Right. And then they have a porch, and you can sit out and drink your coffee or a glass of wine or whatever.
And watch the horses. They're right there. So.
And tell me about the part where you can have an animal that's living there come visit with you. Can you do that?
Well, if you're staying in a motel or if you're staying in a cottage, you can go and be a... foster for the day or the evening.
You're allowed to take them home to bunk with you at night.
Oh, now did you do that?
We've never done it, but
it sounds fun.
It does, and everybody has. Around us in the cottages, there's always a dog or two that's been brought home. We don't see the cats that are brought home,
but that sounds very nice.
Yeah, and it gives the dog a break, and it gives them a chance to be with the family that evening.
And so what are your favorite activities since you've been there 3 years now that you like to do?
Well, I think I love the cats, and I love taking the cats on stroller rides because that was very interesting, and the scenery is just gorgeous. But this time when we worked with the pigs, I was fascinated with the pigs. That I just had never been around pigs.
And these are potbelly pigs that people got as a pet and didn't work out?
And didn't think they were going to grow.
That's what they all say about getting a pig. They didn't think it was going to grow.
And these are 200 and 300 pound pigs.
And you walk them.
We walk. There's some of them that like to be walked. There's others that don't. And so we walk the ones that like to be walked.
Yeah. And so your sister and your husband, what were their favorite parts? Were they enchanted like you were?
Oh, definitely. And my brother joined us 1 year. He can't make it because of the time of year we go, but he made it 1 year. My husband actually likes it so much he wants to volunteer both morning session and afternoon session.
And is that how they break up the day?
Yes.
And do they present opportunities? What would you like to do this morning? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, you sign up. You have to sign up in advance.
Okay.
You have to know your assignment before you ever arrive.
Is it well organized?
Oh, very well organized. You go to an orientation and a little training. And after you've been 1 year, you don't have to go to training. But you check in and do orientation for 15 minutes, and then they send you off to your assigned area.
And you say that you meet people from around the country coming in
all
to do
over.
this.
You actually meet them from around the world.
Wow, around the world. And I guess the nice thing is that everybody is as enthralled as you are with the whole concept.
The thing that amazed me more than anything else was that almost everybody we met, with very few exceptions, had volunteered there once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and decided they wanted to make it their life work and moved there.
Wow. And that's really commitment.
It's a commitment, yeah. The vets, the accountants, all of those people had had volunteered first.
It's really grown. Do you know how old Best Friends is? Was it 15 years old?
It started
now?
in the 80s.
Oh, in that it's that old.
84 is when it had its name. Its start was the late 70s,
Oh,
and then
I
they
see.
they incorporated under the name of Best Friends.
Best
I believe
Friends.
in 84.
Yeah.
I might that could be
By a
wrong.
group of animal lovers.
Yeah, I think I remember that, and it's really become something prominent.
It's
in
the
animal
leading.
circles.
It's the leading no-kill animal activist, right, in the country.
That's fantastic, and
Yeah.
it's branching out.
Atlanta, New York,
Uh-huh.
New York City, L.A., I believe.
Yeah, I was reading about
Yeah.
how they would
Yeah.
approach the LA people and how
Right.
much they needed help. So they're really doing a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
All
And-
over the country, and they're promoting no-kill.
I mean, they do the work all the people locally do.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I mean, we have great
Strut Your
local.
Mutt and some of those other
We know, but I
things
mean, we have
started.
great local pet organizations.
Oh well, yeah, that's true. Of course,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah, so to take nothing away from them, it's just if
Oh,
you're
yeah, no,
if you're
I-
looking for a
I
destination,
covered
yeah.
a lot of that already.
So it's we're very much in favor of what they do locally. It's just that this group
Yeah.
has a destination you
Yeah,
can go
absolutely.
to.
Yeah, this is going to be for the August. So it's sort of the vacation month, and that's why I thought this was ideal. Do you think that so you've been 3 times. Do you think you'll eventually go back?
Well,
or-
we've signed up for
Signed
next
up
year.
already for next year.
Oh, you have. Why? It seems like becoming a regular thing in your family.
Yes, it does. Every year we go, we keep saying we want to come back. We only go for about a 4-day trip, so
Yeah.
it's not that.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you get there? Do you fly up to? What's the route?
We fly into Vegas on a nonstop and then rent a car.
Okay, and what's the drive from Vegas?
Vegas to St. George, and then you can go through Zion National Park, and then you hit Kanab.
And yeah, and that sounds pretty simple. That's probably what most people do,
Yes.
flying to Vegas. And tell me about the other, how wonderfully situated it is, Bryce Canyon and all of that. You can go do other things.
Oh well, this time we went to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and
oh, wow.
only 10% of the people who go to the Grand Canyon go to the North Rim. So it was interesting because, most people have been to the South Rim.
Yeah.
And then Bryce Canyon and the scenery is beautiful and,
And
best
so you
friends.
do you rent a car?
We rent
Yes,
a car.
we rent a car in Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah.
And best friends is in Angel Canyon.
Uh-huh.
And it is just beautiful. A lot of Western movies
Yeah.
were filmed in that area, like Lone Ranger.
Right.
Well, Zion, you go through Zion to get to Kanab. And so when the first year when we got to Kanab and Best Friends, we thought, this is beautiful. We don't need to go see anything else. And then we drove to Bryce Canyon. It's 80 miles away. And it is stunning. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
It's as pretty as the Grand Canyon.
Oh, I bet.
So-
I bet I've heard. I'd like to see. I've never been. And Monument Valley is it?
that's-
that a little farther
That's
away.
that's our future trip.
Oh, I see. Okay.
My husband wants to go to it. I think it's like 200 miles away.
Oh, I see.
And-
Okay.
and,
But you should because
yeah.
have you seen Monument Valley?
No.
I never have. Always
never
wanted.
have.
That's another one that was in the westerns with the things about to fall over and the
Right.
rock formations. and all
But
that.
Bryce, Zion, and North Rim of the Grand Canyon are an all a very easy day trip
Oh wow,
from
that's great.
from Kanab.
Yeah.
That's great. And okay, last question. What would your advice be to someone who is interested in doing this, but as I say, may have limited vacation and
Book early.
Book early. Book
Okay.
early. Call and book early. Decide what group of animals they want to work with. It's
Because-
always easy to get to work with the dogs and the cats because the majority of the animals there are dogs and cats.
okay.
But if you want horses, pigs, birds, bunnies,
Fewer volunteer.
there are
slots.
fewer slots.
Oh. Because they're more sort of not the usual run-of-the-mill that you can always get your hands on. A
Right.
dog and a cat. Okay. And what sorts of animals, basically? Horses?
Anything that's been a pet.
Oh, okay.
It had not. In other words, they don't take wild animals. So.
Yeah. Okay.
They're birds, bunnies.
Anything that's been a pet,
pet,
that's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, and
Right.
people that we talked to people that worked with the bunnies, and they're as fascinated with the bunnies as we were with the pigs.
Oh.
So
Well, and so book in advance
book in
because
advance.
it's very popular,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be fun to do if it. I mean, if it was booked up,
But
it must be fun to do.
If you aren't interested in volunteering, but you want to go out and see some of the scenery, they have tours. Every
all day.
all day long.
Wow. So if you're at Monument and you want to go, or if you're at Bryce,
Any
you
of
wanna-
those,
Yeah.
Stop,
Okay.
stop in and visit, even if
Right,
you're not going to visit or
right,
stay there.
right.
Yeah.
And I guess one of the best parts is that all the money you spend on the trip goes towards a good cause.
Sure,
Sure.
definitely is.
Yeah. And one of the
Yeah.
things that they have a place where you can bury your pets,
Oh yeah, I saw that in the brochure.
and it's enormous.
yeah, pet cemetery.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but if you're going out for a Western vacation,
Yeah.
stop in Best Friends and just take the hour
Take a
tour.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great
It's
idea.
worth your time.
Right.
And
exactly.
then once you see it and you see what's available, then you can plan
Right.
ahead to come back and volunteer.
Right. Well, it sounds so you give it a thumbs up.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Definite thumbs
An
up.
enthusiastic thumbs up.
Okay, great. Okay, great.